Welcome to Lecture 3 of the new and very interesting handbook about how you can date Chinese porcelain from facial features and adornments in a decoration of a piece. I will show some case studies how you can use the book in an effective way. This part is case study 1, a cup and saucer. You found this lovely set, a cup and saucer, on a flea market. You know nothing about them, but they look Chinese. The condition are very good, for they can be everything from modern to rather old. What to do? You start to look at the saucer. First, turn it around and look at the reverse. With some experience, the base can give very important clues. If it has a rain mark, you know it can't be older than the rain dates. If it has a stamp mark, you know it's later than about 1870. The base can also give clues if it's a Japanese piece. This suggested shortcuts you can find in the chapter Shortcuts in page 158 in the book. But this piece don't give such clues from the reverse. Let's look at the motive instead. The men wear Qing winter hats with the code H950, as you can read in the page 22 in the book. And the ladies wear what I call boat hats with the code H94 that you will find in the page 21. She has no ear adornment, and all person seems to have light brown outlines, code 022. You will find the codes of our outlines in page 12. Let's look closer to these features. The Qing winter hat, H950, seems to appear 1760 to 1810 if you look at the diagram. Only very few have been found earlier, and no one has been found later. It seems they have a peak in 1760 to 1790. The boat hat seems to appear in the same period, actually 1760 to 1780. Interesting, and confirms a possible date about that period. But is it okay with no ear adornments? We look at page 26 and find the diagrams for ear adornments, and you can see that most ladies in the suggested period wear no ear adornments. 1760 to 1780. Good. What about the light brown outlines? The diagram for outlines is in page 12. Let's look what the diagram tells us. As you can see, more than 95% has brown or reddish outline in the suggested period. And of those 95%, about 50% has light brown outlines, and the other brown or few red outlines. It seems it can be right. We can now make a summary. A suggested period for the saucer seems to be about 7060 to 7080. Now let's look at the painting style of the faces in that period and see if we can pinpoint the date further on. We look at the page 38, where we have a cross chart of time periods and face category styles. The cross chart has the periods to the left and the face category in the top. In this case, we think the piece should be in the period 7060 to 7080. The X tells us which face category that occurs in that period. In this case, category 8, 11, 12, and 13. Now we can look in the chart of those categories on page 31. The face category 8 is a category for faces of foreigners, which is not relevant in this case. The category 11 is faces of women with hairdo, like with a tied top knot like an O, which is not relevant in this case either. Category 12 and 13 are the most common face styles in the suggested period. What separates them is that category 13 faces have suntanned colored eye cavities, something we look for in this case. Let's look closer on category 13. We start with the face of the man on the piece. A description of men's faces in category 13 is found on page 86. It's easy to find as the category is always written together with the period that normally occurs at the bottom of the page to the right. When we look at the features of the category and compare it with the man on the piece, you will find that it fits his features. He has suntanned colored eye cavities. He has normal open eyes, natural mouth, with lips like a bird in flight. He wears a hat. He has normal, natural nose and natural shaped ears. He seems to have the same features. We look at the 12 examples from this category on the next page, 87, and compare with our face, and find at least 2 faces which have similar painting details and features both dated to about 7080. So that's a possible date. To be more certain, let's look at the lady also. You make the same comparisons as you did with the man. First look at the description of ladies in category 13 on page 88. She seems to have the same features. You will find that the first three ladies and the fifth lady have similar painting technique for the hair, and the fifth lady also have a similar hat, mouth, ears, and painting style. That lady also have a probably date 7080. Which reinforces the previous result. Now remains only to check if there is anything that makes the suggested date impossible. Look at the chapter in the book about authentic versus copies, so it's not a modern fake you have. There are many examples in page 157 to page 161. If you have the experience of how other dating features should look like paste colors, enamels, shape, base, foot rings, and so on, also try to confirm the date you have found. If you don't have the experience to judge those features, you can of course only say that the most probable date for this piece is about 7080, till you can confirm that nothing speaks against it. You will find that following this method, you mostly can pinpoint the date to plus minus 10 to 20 years. With help of the features of the faces, we can with some certainty say that this set is from Qianlong, about 7080 plus minus 10 years. This case study uses a step-by-step investigation, but the more you use the book, the easier it is to find probable dates. With a little practice, you certainly will make shortcuts how to use the book. But it's always good to return to the roots from time to time. I wish you good luck with dating your pieces with the help of my book. If you enjoy this lecture, please like, share, and of course subscribe. More cases will come. Thank you.